Is Jeffrey Epstein still alive? This is a question everyone wants to know. It's a theory that's been going around ever since the Epstein files were released. But today in this video, I'm going to show you my own theory and my own opinion. I think he is alive. And you might ask me how and why. Today in this video, I'm going to show you. I'm going to watch a video of them explaining it, and then I'm going to show you myself some proofs that show that he is still alive. Without further ado, guys, let's just get straight to this video.
How I know, but I can tell you for a fact, we're going to hear a lot more about Jeffrey Epstein in the coming year, and you may be even hearing from him directly. More on that as I'm allowed to tell you.
Yep, let's just skip.
Files, none are as consequential as this. Is Jeffrey Epstein alive? We just proved that Jeffrey Epstein was a body double here. A document inside of the Epstein document dump, which there are millions and millions of photos, videos, and emails, private text messages, correspondence that were released by the DOJ on Friday. One document proves that perhaps it was an inside job and that a whistleblower that told us everything was right after all. One of the jail cell guards named Roberto leaked on 4chan the morning of Epstein's death. So when everybody was like, wow, he committed suicide, this prison guard, Roberto Gravalas is his name, wrote this. I'm not saying that not saying anything after this, so please don't try and dox me. But last night, after the 4:15 body count, so they go around and they check all the inmates, right? Check to see that they're in their cells and that everyone's alive and well. Remember, Epstein was on suicide watch. They took him, Epstein, in a medical wheelchair, front cuffed, meaning he was chained to the wheelchair, couldn't get up.
He's dead already, so why
But
would
not
they do
one
that?
triage nurse says they spoke to him. So if you were taking somebody in a wheelchair, you'd be taking them to the triage or to the small medical clinic inside of the prison, right? That's not where he went. Where did he go? Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it, so nobody was being released from the prison. But a prisoner transfer vehicle shows up, and the next thing you know, he's put into a single-man cell and hangs himself? Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and the guy in the green military dress outfit was in the back of the van. So a guy in a military outfit escorted Jeffrey Epstein out of the prison in a wheelchair. This is according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. Now, why are people saying that suddenly this anonymous 4chan account is real? You know, again, this is pretty huge allegation there, but pretty detailed, right? And it should be easy to blow a hole in that if it's not true, okay? Clearly, that could just be the psychotic ramblings of any Deegan on the internet, right? Any Anon. The individual that posted on the 4chan account the morning of Epstein's death, claiming that they had a body double put in for Jeffrey Epstein, is Roberto Gravalas. He is an officer inside of the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York. He was identified as the anonymous prison employee who posted this on 4chan, claiming Epstein left his cell on Friday shackled to a wheelchair. Same time, an unauthorized trip van picked him up, and he was never seen again. This was the night before the news broke of his death.
Yeah, and not that. On top of that, I'll tell you exactly what happened and how did we end up in this. So Jeffrey Epstein, okay, when he was about to commit suicide, you know how do you have to, like, you know, get ready, basically. You have to put the rope and you have to fix, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you have to put the rope, you have to fix the rope, you have to, like, tie the rope up around your neck. So when he was doing that, okay, the night he was about to commit suicide, the cameras around the police station and security just shut it off for a minute. It went pitch black. And the next thing you know, when it opened the camera, like this, is just the camera went back online, the body was hanging, okay? So people believe that Jeffrey Epstein had a plan for this, and basically he added a fake body, okay, to this hanging so he can escape in a van, basically. So that's all you gotta know for now.
Wait, what? So he's writing this before everybody even knew that Epstein had suicided himself. The day after Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman of the Southern District of New York opened a grand jury proceeding and subpoenaed 4chan, Apple, AT&T, and Citibank for records aiming to uncover Roberto's identity following the anonymous 4chan post. That's a pretty aggressive procedure, including the Southern District of New York subpoena responses from Citibank for his 4chan post, and ties to the same prison officers. Roberto's statements were released as part of the prison's investigation into Epstein's death. This is huge. We now have validation that the 4chan post is a legitimate eyewitness account from inside of the prison from an officer that watched what happened to Epstein, that he may have been switched out before the news broke.
Okay, yeah, next one, please.
Oh, man. Because nothing ever happens, but this is really. See now, 23,000 reposts, 100,000 for anonymous 4chan posts, but nothing reputable until this. So this is actually from the prison guard. Wow. Many people have
So remember, this is one clue in this video that I'm about to show you. So in the 4chan, the police officer himself, okay, explains his own experience on what happened during the suicide, okay? So this is one proof over here that he's still alive. It's not just me or him who's talking about it. It's everywhere on Twitter right now. You can see it for yourself as well.
Often suggest away with it. Autopsies. The first person who did an autopsy obviously said that the bones in his jaw were broken. There's no way you could do that by hanging yourself. Rudy Giuliani was just on the show, and I asked him about this. He's like, dude, I built that prison. I built the prison. The ceilings are low. You can't hang yourself in that prison. It was designed that way. It was designed to not be able to hang yourself.
Another proof.
Anonymous 4chan poster said Epstein was wheeled out of prison hours before his death. Subpoenas show that man was a lieutenant in the prison at the time. It appears Epstein really did get broken out of prison and flown to Israel. Epstein files, bank records, grand jury subpoenas. Name is not redacted. This is an eyewitness, not a troll. They didn't debunk it. They tried to find him. Crazy, man. This is the same MCC officer who documented knowledge about Epstein's cellmate situation the day before his death. That's fascinating. Because, of course, the cellmate was a convicted strangler, a guy who killed people with his bare hands. He was like a bodybuilder.
No,
so Roberto is the same guy that said, wait a second, why are we putting this guy inside of a cell with a strangler? It's crazy. I think they switched him. Someone wanted to know who this person was. Someone really wanted to know. I mean, why would the memo shows that he had advanced knowledge of Epstein's housing arrangements? This is where it gets interesting. This is the exact same case ID.
And the exact same pictures that everyone sees, by the way.
Epstein is dead. People are sharing an old photo of him alongside the death pic, claiming it's a conspiracy theory. When you use a current pic, it's clear that the nose, brow, and upper lip are identical. Ears grow over time. Also, dead bodies swell quickly. It's him. You know, there's often been people who have said that Jeffrey Epstein, you know, the whatever cadaver, whatever they brought out of the prison is not actually Jeffrey Epstein. And they use sort of these blurry, grainy photos. I've never seen like a high definition, crisp photo of the actual body. I'm sure they exist somewhere. But wow.
Yeah, right. This is perfect photo, by the way. Like, how can someone be dead and you take a perfect photo of his face? But that's insane.
I mean, like this. This is a good example. Like people saying that the nose and the ears are all wrong, right? That they're not the same nose and ears. And they just found an already dead guy with gray hair and sort of the same complexion and just chucked him in there. What do you think? That's wild. Fresh footage inside of Jeffrey Epstein's actual cell. Video tour of Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan prison cell. And you can see that the guards would not be able to see what was going on inside of the cell. You can also see the bed, and the bed frames there. See how low the ceilings are, that it would be like damn near impossible to hang yourself.
I can't see the
for
cells
one,
at
do
all.
not believe, of course, that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. We've stated that for a very, very long time. I just
Oh,
don't
here
care what
is the
anybody
cell. No,
says to
wait,
me.
no, wait. Look at the ceiling up there. No. It is possible to hang yourself. No one is this tall or like the ceiling. Like, come on, bro. It is possible.
And why would you have that many linens if a guy's on suicide watch? This is what his cell allegedly looked like when he was on suicide watch.
Just continue, bro.
Was booked is dead.
They talked to the guy who does the autopsy, saying, I don't believe any of it. It's crazy.
From when he was booked in Florida.
How long does the autopsy typically take from beginning to end?
Normally about 2 hours, a routine autopsy.
We spoke to multiple pathologists for this story, and they all pretty much agree on one thing, that without knowing the position of the body, the way that Jeffrey Epstein's body was found, it's almost impossible to determine the cause of death with any certainty. Knowing the position that a body was found in is a key piece of evidence in any death investigation. And in this case, we don't know how Jeffrey Epstein's body was found.
Look at that. Okay, there you go. Dude, what do you... If 60 Minutes and I are agreeing on something, you got a problem. Jeffrey Epstein still alive? Was this the get out of jail free card? You'll just go away and disappear forever?
Yes, it is. And now let me show you my proof of conspiracy, okay? Screw YouTube for now. Focus on this. Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. We have the first proof here, an actual image by the XRP, and they are verified, America, showing that Jeffrey Epstein is alive in Tel Aviv, Israel, with 2 bodyguards, you know? And if you're gonna tell me this is not Jeffrey Epstein, I guys have a question for you. Whoever says it's not Jeffrey Epstein, why the hell would an old man like him have 2 bodyguards if this is not Jeffrey Epstein? This is the real Jeffrey Epstein over here. Here's proof that he is still alive. No matter what, you cannot change this fact. If you still want a closer look, here's a closer look. He's still alive. And if you guys don't believe, bring a normal photo of Jeffrey Epstein, a young one, and compare it to this. Exact same one. Look at the noses, at least. More videos of him showing that he's still alive. I don't know what's this. There's still more videos. Let's go to the next. Here. This was Jeffrey Epstein's Fortnite account. My boy used to grind Fortnite when he was like dead, when people believed that he was dead. He had an account called Little's Jeff, okay? And if you guys focus here carefully, he did play in Chapter 5 Season 1. He's a silver ranked. Now, Chapter 5 Season 1 was released, if I ask Google, here we go. It was released on December 3rd, 2023. I thought this man committed suicide in 2019, but it turns out this is a cap. He did play Fortnite in 2023, which proves another thing that he is still alive. What else do I want to show? Final thing. Last thing I'd like to show you guys. People are talking about this. He did buy V-Bucks. Okay, like watch this guy.
Charge.
He did say he did buy V-Bucks.
Wait, Littlest Jeff 1. There was a charge in May 2019, but he died in August. Wait, Chapter 5 Season 1. Wait, that was recent. December 3rd, 2023. So
exactly my
I don't
point.
even know what to say. Proof he's still alive. So he's going to get exposed for this.
Exactly, not just me, it's also the other YouTubers. And here is another thing, he's 100% alive. Look, I did read this. It's a lot of reading. I don't have time to waste. So basically, again, he had everything planned, a rope and everything, okay? Before hanging himself, lights went out, came back, there was a corpse on the hang. People thought it's Jeffrey Epstein. Black van showed up over here, it's written. Black van showed up unarmed, no labels mentioned, nothing. The guy came out, was an army, picked up Jeffrey Epstein and went on a thing to travel to Tel Aviv. So it is proof that he is still alive. One more thing I'd like to show you is there is a website called Gmail. Now Gmail is basically a website where like it's you are Jeffrey Epstein looking at the files. So instead of wasting your time just reading the files on the government website, you can just go to this. They always upload it every single time. Now if I write like for example, let me just say if it's true, Fortnite, okay? See over here, alters. He did buy $26 worth of V-Bucks, which I believe is like 5,000 V-Bucks or even more. He didn't waste his time. You can just check out the website to show you his flights, his drives, his photos as well. Which, I mean, if you go down and deeper, it's kind of disturbing. I don't think it's even allowed to be shown on YouTube. So you guys can check this out. Link in the description. This is all I have for now. Here is proof that he's still alive. Yeah. Let me just. If you guys can teach me how to do it again, thank you so much. This is all the proof I have that he's still alive. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on this post notification so you don't miss any more uploads. I think my next video, I don't want to expose it, but I think it's gonna be like a gaming channel now. You know, I kept doing reactions. I want to change the channel to a gaming one. You know what I mean? Just for fun. Anyways, see you guys so much. Have a nice day, bro. Peace out.